Welcome back, friends. Today's points: usual function is tool compensation, and usual function is wrist calculation, and useful function is resume setting. This is the very important tools for production improvement and productivity improvement. Tool compensation, friends. What is the tool compensation? A function to calculate the deformation value of the tool and correct the program to compensate. It is the deformation accord. A function to compensate the tool for few kinds of the wire extension length. Just that is the for 1.2 mm wire 15 mm and 0.9 or 1 mm or 12 mm extension. Suppose keyword the teach the any components, and sometimes the torch points are shifted for different kinds of regions, then your welding is shifted. So how to resume your welding? Usually if the torch crashes on the jig or somewhere else during the operation, we need to replace the torch and adjust the registered program with the functions. You can compensate the program correctly by only changing the date of the each tool's name to the update the compensation. The compensation will be cancelled if you change the tool offset data. Depending on the degree of the deformations, the tool compensation which the function may not work or may not be compensated within your tolerance. Please check the make sure the robot movements of the related program by the trace operations before the operations. If available for the software, it is available for the software version 8 or more. The friends, there are the only TCP points as above the image. By the fitting the wire point sometime something sharp to the compensated. So generally we are using for that the TCP points settings. And what is the wrist calculations? It is not a function to shorten the cycle time. It allows the robot to change the torch angles, transitions, moments based on the different two calculations. There are the too many CL value, CL0 default and circular motion, CL2 for the circular motion, CL3 for the void singularities, and CL for the any times. Then what is the CL4? Automatically calculated the wrist interpolations based on the torch direction. And CL1 circular motion use the when the tool vectors is nearly perpendicular to the circular plane. And CL2 use it to tool vector not perpendicular to the circular plane. And CL3 it can be the singular orientation without error. However, the trajectory won't be a straight line. It may be possible to maintain tool orientation constant. Thus use CL3 to avoid the singularity but keep the CL3 moment distance minimum. And CL4 the wrist interpolation is calculated according to the torch angles. Examples: in case the CL0 method is the corner fillet joints, the CL0 travel to the shortest part and may not be keeping the torch angle, whereas in CL4 calculation torch travel while the keeping the torch angle V, angle from the vertical surface. In general, it is the better to use CL4 for the corner fillet joints than CL0 because of these versions. And depending on positions of thoughts points, interpolation types, etc. So friends, you work on CL to improve your system. Now wrist calculation. Supplementary notes: how to change the CL in the program. This is the very easy. As usual, to change the parameter speed and same like you use the CLs. Then change the edit mode and turning robot motion icon. Move the cursor the points where you want to change CL and click the CL here and 0 and select the number as per your requirements. Reducing lost time from the electric blackouts. By using the following function, the robot will restart from the points where it stopped. Basically, this is the resume functions, not from the beginnings of the program. Following the settings, need to use the functions. Resume setting. It is the function to resume the operation before the turning of the power. When the power is turned on next, it is possible to apply the functions when the power is restored after the alarm condition. Use resume. Mark the checkbox to enable the resume function. Use resume after the alarm condition. The mark the check function of the operation when the power is turned on after the occurrence of an alarm. That is, if the checkbox is clear, the resume functions is not applied when the power is restored after an alarm condition. Use resume when the power is turned on in the teach modes. The mark the checkbox to prompt you to change mode to auto if power is turned off in auto mode and back on the teach modes. So I hope you understand this function. This is a very easy. Just go to set, advance and resume. Friend, I hope this is the very useful tool for production, because the sometime power off and we are the facing problem. Robot come to his origin position, and I mean the first positions, first step of the program. So if you are using this system, then after power off, you find the robot restart from a stop position. Thank you.